So we're not done yet. We're going to talk a couple minutes with Mike McCoy. He's a photographer who's joining us to talk a little bit about framing fatherhood, a photo exhibit celebrating Black fatherhood, curated by Dr. Imani Cheers, and it's at the GW School of what is it, Corcoran School of the Arts. And I just saw you all this morning on Channel 9, and I said, Shevry, can we get them on our show today? And so I just want to say thank you for being with us, because this exhibit sounds fantastic.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. So, who can start now telling me, maybe you, Dr. Cheers, about what the.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you again for having us. So again, my name is Imani Cheers, and I'm the curator of Framing Fatherhood, which is a part of a larger initiative that I founded, and I'm the executive director of. It's called It Takes a Village: Basics of Boyhood and Messages for Manhood. And I launched that initiative in the fall of 2021. And this is one of three components to that project. So we started with a social media data analysis. We wanted to see really the way in which Black men and boys were discussing issues around mental health on these platforms. And then we have a book that is coming out. It's a curation of essays. And then, of course, this amazing exhibition that opens this Sunday, Juneteenth and Father's Day, a celebration of Black men, Black boys, and Black fatherhood.
Wonderful. It sounds like they're still constructing the exhibit in the background there.
We are setting up for our exhibition reception that
Oh,
will
okay.
be tomorrow evening after our artist talk, where Michael is one of our 14 photographers who will be here at the Corcoran. Everyone, please come out, meet the artists, see their work, and then stay and hang out for a party with us. So it's going to be a good time.
Well, we've had Michael. I mean, we know Michael well. We've been blessed to have some of his work published in the Washington Informer. We know you are a phenomenal photographer. And so I don't even know how you could have gotten through this project without having him on board. And but you did, and I'm glad he is a part of it. And Michael, tell us, I mean, what were some of the images that you captured that you thought, were really telling about Black men and Black boys and fathers?
It was tough. Imani reached out to me and he said, "Hey, Mike, I want you to be a part of the show." And I think out of everyone, I was probably like one of the last ones to like submit images. But it was just so tough. I mean, it's looking at images that I've made, just like walking around Baltimore or even like during George Floyd or just, my time in DC. It's sharing all those moments and it's trying to put like, a handful of images together. I mean, it's tough, because, my thing is as a Black man, I want to celebrate like Blackness, fatherhood, and just get some inspiration for the brothers because, the minute we leave out of our doors, hell, we have it rough,
Yeah.
So my thing is, as a brother, it's my job to like make these brothers feel like, hey, you're loved. Even though I don't personally know you, but you're still loved.
Right.
And we don't often get that. So if I can, do my part to, help another Black man out, it can go a long way because you never know the power that the photograph may have.
Yeah.
Well,
You
they
know,
say pictures tell 1,000 words, and I know Shevry's trying to get a couple of those images up for us to see, but it doesn't matter whether we get them up because we really hope people will come down to the Corcoran to see them.
Yes.
Here's how long would that exhibit take place?
Yes, again, we open on Sunday, Father's Day, June 19th, and we'll run until July 31st. We are also actively looking for other galleries throughout the country. The plan is to tour and to take this work on the road throughout the United States, but also throughout the diaspora. So we'd love to go down to the Caribbean and then, of course, ultimately take the work and leave it. I have a gallery that I'm working with in Johannesburg, South Africa, which is where we would love to have it. But the goal is to expand. There's over 75 images in the show right now. But we're hoping as people continue to learn about the work that other photographers will want to be a part of this initiative. And this is just the beginning. So we're really grateful. I'm grateful. But as I mentioned, this is part of a larger project celebrating Black boys and Black men.
Well, I just told Shevry, stop. Just stop. Because it's distracting. I want to hear what you have to say because I want to go down and see. I have seen some beautiful images, and you said this morning. I just wanted to get this out too, that you were inspired to do this. I think by your father.
Yes, I was inspired. This work is dedicated to my son, my 8-year-old son
That's right.
Isaiah.
Yes.
Yeah, my 8-year-old son Isaiah. I'm a single mother, and he had a lot of questions, and I wanted to make sure that he has an amazing village of Black men that pour into him, that love him and care for him, and I wanted to let him know. Exactly all of the representation and all of the people and all the things that he doesn't necessarily see in his immediate life, that providing inspiration for him. And then, of course, my father was a photojournalist for Ebony and Jet magazine for 30 years. And in 1992, he was one of the editors of the book Songs of My People. And that exhibition, yes, ma'am.
This morning I was trying to figure out Cheers, and it's just John doing Michael Cheers. Yes, I know your dad. Right. Okay.
Yes. So that exhibition opened here at the Corcoran. I was 12 years old. When it opened in 1992. And so it was very, very important for me. I'm very intentional. So it was intentional that I picked this date to open this weekend, every artist that I reached out to as well. And then, so my father's work is here. We're at the Corcoran 30 years from when I stood here at Songs of My People. So we're very, very excited.
Well, it's also exciting to know that the Corcoran is back in. I didn't know, it was back in operation, and GW has taken that over. And so I'm glad to know that we will have this great exhibit there. Michael, anything you want to say before we close out?
It's always good connecting, Denise. Thanks for the opportunities you provided for me in the past, and definitely look forward to working with you and the Informer more. And for everyone out there, just come out and check it out.
Well, the honor is mine because you like Michael Cheers and so many of those other photographers that you have in this exhibit, and folks that I've worked with over the years. I mean, again, it's a community of photographers who just don't. I mean, the value of their work is amazing, and without you all to tell those stories in images, folks would not know who we are as a people. So thank you for all that you do. And Dr. Cheers, thank you for pulling them all together for this exhibit. And reach out, because we want to do what we can to share that with some of our fellow publishers across the country, and see if we can get you in some other galleries. I would love to see how I could support that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ms. Denise. We have, let's definitely connect, and I'll connect you with our publicists, and let's make it happen. I'm grateful.
All righty. Okay. You all have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Denise.
And all that. Okay, doke.
Bye.
Bye-bye.